Many of us have pets. In return for our care, these pets not only give us love, but can sometimes save our lives. But there are moments when defenseless, stray, and sometimes even wild animals need human help. Watch until the very end to see what animal rescue stories await you. Let's begin with something a bit more humorous. When most of us hear the words safari and Africa, we immediately imagine bright pictures of the pristine wild world, bounding with herds of antelope, majestic elephants, giant giraffes grazing peacefully, and the incredible image of a pride of lions out on a hunt. Unfortunately though, these are just our fantasies. Wild animals are actually so accustomed to the presence of humans that predators don't even pay attention to them. Herds of herbivores don't break it through the savanna dust. And zebras? Oh, those are the worst. These tourists will never forget their trip. Just look at this mooch. It loves snacking on human food. This zebra constantly pesters tourists in hopes of getting some nuts, chips, chocolate, and other similar delicacies. Looks like BAIKAL gophers are really fond of eating. How else could one of these rodents getting stuck in their own burrow be explained? Alexei and Tatiana, a young couple who were traveling by car on OLKHON Island, the largest island in BAIKAL, noticed a gopher poking out of its burrow near the main road. The couple stopped the car, suspecting that something was amiss. After all, gophers are known to be very timid animals, but this one wasn't hiding or running away. As it turned out, the poor animal was completely stuck in a narrow hole. Fortunately, they managed to get it out with the help of a towel and some simple manipulation. The hungry creature didn't even say thank you, disappearing into the grass. The world's oceans cover more than 70% of the Earth's surface and are a huge but very fragile ecosystem. Research in recent decades has proven this. Ocean water pollution leads to catastrophic changes to it. Over the past century, as humankind underwent the synthetic revolution, pollution reached unprecedented proportions, remaining relevant even until the invention of plastic. About 640,000 tons of netting are discarded or lost each year, and they've become one of the main threats to marine life. This time, a seal got entangled in pieces of the net. The animal would have died if a volunteer hadn't come to the rescue and freed it from captivity. For the record, it takes a plastic cup about 50 years to decay, a bottle 450 years, and a fishing line 600 years. Think about that. Even seemingly harmless objects can become a dangerous trap for wild animals. As in this case, a little fox sneaked into the yard of a country house, hoping to find something tasty, but ended up caught in the net of a soccer goal. The poor thing tried to get free, but only got more entangled. The ropes were so tight around its paws that its circulation was disrupted. As luck would have it, a man spotted the little fellow and set it free. He also checked to see if all its paws were intact and gave it a massage to restore circulation. Even an ordinary fence could become a trap for a wild animal. For example, in the national park, workers noticed a giraffe entangled in a fence. These workers come across such situations quite often, so they knew how to act in this case. Despite this though, it's rather dangerous to attempt to save such a large animal. Not surprisingly, a 30-centimeter hoof can cause significant injuries. Besides, a giraffe can strike in any direction. This is why even lions hunt these giants with an entire pride and are often left with nothing. A giraffe can drive away as many as 8 lions. But in this case, the animal seemed to understand that these people were trying to help it and patiently waited to be released. This baby leopard had an unfortunate dip in the water. How could the poor thing have known that it wouldn't be able to get out without help? On some roads, special cattle grates are installed to keep cows and sheep off of the fields. But in Australia, this safety measure has become a hazard to kangaroos. It's a good thing this poor creature was noticed and released back into the wild. Sometimes people disturb coyote dens when working with rock. 3 coyote babies made it out of the wreckage on their own, but the 4th had to be rescued. We hope they find their mother soon and find a new home. This bear turned out to be a big eater too. Apparently something tasty coming from a jar drew its attention and it couldn't help itself. If the bear hadn't met human beings, it would have met its demise. Wild animals often suffer because of human negligence. This time, a beautiful bobcat got itself all tangled up in a rope left by some tourists. Fortunately, a brave man came to its aid and freed the graceful predator. Sometimes, whales can be the bane of not only wild animals. This horse is clearly in a state of panic. What else can it do? This is the best time to use the phrase, a hopeless situation, because that's really what it was for the horse. Rescuers had to use a drill and even had to involve heavy machinery. Animal Aid Unlimited, an American charity, opened up a branch in India. Volunteers of different nationalities work there, united by their love for animals and a desire to help them in difficult situations. This mother made the wrong choice of shelter for her puppies, ending up in them being pinned under some rocks. The dog barked and dug into the ground. Her plea for help was heard by concerned people who called the Animal Rescue Center. While the rescuers were helping the pups, the dog's mother tried to do her best to help them. As soon as the first puppy was rescued, she began to feed it and calm down a little. She had no idea that very soon, she and her still blind babies would have a real home. Kind people don't just avoid harming animals, they also save them from thirst under the scorching sun. Fruit vendors in India have become accustomed to such visitors. Monkeys often come to them in hopes of getting a tasty treat. This little chubster couldn't overcome this serious obstacle before him on his way to his brothers and sisters. Obviously, there was no real danger, but it's still quite touching. There are instances when wild animals get trapped in their own environment. This leopard got itself trapped in some branches. Doesn't look like he likes humans all that much. There is no limit to the joy of a happy mother. She knew that humans would help in a difficult situation. It's a mystery as to how this kitten got into that ditch. Cats don't even like water, despite being great swimmers. This kitten needed a lot of strength to stay afloat, so he was really lucky to have people nearby who cared. Cats are smart creatures, but they don't mind eating other people's canned goods, even if they have to take risks. The temptation is great. In the wilderness, danger awaits newborns at every step. Just listen to how woefully this little moose cries for its mother's help. Fortunately, a gamekeeper heard its crying and rescued the animal from its throat. The man who saved the fawn was right? It's not clear how this mama turtle got knocked. Ask people for help. This applies especially when their offspring are in danger. 7 ducklings fell under a drain gate. The unfortunate mother couldn't get her bearings and ran around screaming until a girl pulled the babies out. Rivers can be treacherous, even for a grown animal. The sheep could not make it to the shore on its own until it was spotted by a couple walking nearby. It wasn't easy for the guy to pull it to shore. Oh, those fences. This situation may seem comical, but the bird is obviously not in the mood for jokes. How did it even manage to fall through? Usually, dogs try to cross the road as fast as possible, but this one got confused for some reason and found an owner for itself. Props to the biker.
Come here, come here. All right, yeah, if you want to just take it real quick, I can bring my bike off the road. Yeah. She's a good dog, though.
Don't pass by someone else's misfortune. Tell us your stories in the comments and share this video with your friends.